Hello and welcome to Wildin Out, your THL Wild Show. ItsMeMikeV, and I'm joined by my co-hosts Memnarch and NHL NJ Fan One, and this is a special playoff edition of Wildin Out. We're gonna skip our usual, host decks, and we're just going to go straight into Week 6 recap. We're really excited to talk about the playoffs here. So, yeah.
Yeah, so let's get right into it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're going to start with the Brown Conference today. It's our first recap. Gonna Be Rich versus Waygate to Hell.
Memnarch, would you like to take this?
Yeah, 7-10 score with Wildin to Hell winning. The 12-2 score for Detroit versus everybody.
My bad.
Oh.
There we go. Sorry about that.
No, there you go.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so we weren't just scrolling through everything.
Yeah. Take them all.
All right, 7-10. Gonna Be Rich 7. Wildin to Hell 10. Blase took it over Reverb. So, and Shio Wincina, or as I call him, 3-Buck, took it over The Word, and Nightwing beat Beryllium. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah,
like
this was the first loss to Gonna Be Rich, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed really close. Nightwing getting his first win, too. Seeing Beryllium at the bottom now. It's a 3C for Gonna Be Rich. Very unusual. Not at all what we expected after the first half of the season.
Yeah, this was definitely going to be Rich's first loss. And, yeah, I'm surprised. Beryllium's gotten cold. I think he started 3-0, and he's been on a 3-game losing streak.
Reverb also started 3-0, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think Beryllium, getting cold there has really made Gonna Be Rich. Obviously they're 5-1, but it's hurting them.
Yeah. So good news is for them, they've secured their playoff spot. So
yeah.
We will see what happens there. Okay. Next up, we have
about replacing
THL Fanatics versus At Least We Have Chicken.
I'll take this one. So we won 9-7, which was a fantastic feeling, honestly. I lost on stream to Mike Lowe. A shout out to Mike Lowe. It was a fantastic match. I was not in the rhythm that match. He pulled a dirty rat of my melee druid and pulled Aviana, and it was game. But Ron Mexico pulled it out over Electric Sheep City, and Shadow Ranger pulled it out over Dr. Bomb. The battle of they were 4-1s, or no, I'm sorry, 3-2 and a 4-1, and Shadow Ranger pulled it out, and Shadow Ranger's been having a fantastic season. I'm really impressed with his play. He's been, we've won 3 in a row now. And I really have a lot of respect for Shadow Ranger. I give him a lot of credit.
Yeah, you guys have really been turning it around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After going
and you know
0-3 in the first 3 weeks, right?
Yeah. We were 0-3, and now we're 3-3. And, we're not technically eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah,
so
you guys still have a chance. So
we do.
Yeah, we'll be going over that later soon.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay,
would you like to take this? Oh, go ahead.
Born to Be Wild versus Explosive Sheep.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Go if you'd like to take this, NHL.
Okay, so you see Born to Be Wild take this 9-4 against Explosive Sheep. Neji Boston 5-1 is just hard carrying his team. It's just not
so
enough.
good.
Yeah, he's insane. Anyone who is looking for another player next season, Neji Boston is your guy. This guy knows how to play. He's being held back right now by the performance of his teammates, but he has never been the weakness in this on this team. Born to Be Wild, though, they secured their playoff spot with this win, I believe, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
congrats to them.
Yep.
Craig Canada.
Craig
Rip the
Canada.
7-0 dream. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, he's on a 2-game losing streak, but still, he's played really well this season.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, Nate Wolf and Danny Donuts, they're great players, and both with the sweeps.
Yeah, and it's still crazy to think Danny Donuts, according to his teammates, is the best player on that team, and yet he's 3-3. Kind of shows how stacked Born to Be Wild is.
Yeah.
So, all right, our fourth matchup: Detroit versus everybody versus Seas of Cheese. I do want to make a note before we start that originally we were saying Sea of Cheese, but that turned out to be an error, and it's since been fixed. So it is Seas of Cheese.
I mean, we're the casters, so whatever we want it to be.
Well,
that's their name. That's how Idra became Hydra. It's like their opinions doesn't matter. It's like we're the ones dictating what it says.
All right, fair enough.
And everyone's gonna copy us.
The extra S didn't help. Mad at Arms is right.
Yeah. So, 12-2.
Yeah. I was gonna say Memnarch take this, but yeah, you're already doing it. I'm sorry, I'm behind.
Yeah, it sounds like you're cutting out a bit. It's all good.
Okay, all right.
All right, I thought that was me.
Yeah, for me, never mind.
Is Duin a big wild guy? I know the other two. Yeah, Duin is huge in wild. He's like the hunter specialist, basically.
He's the only person that plays hunter, though.
EK played it for a while.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but now he's not Reno Mage train.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Seas of Cheese here. I mean, they've had it just Sage really, 3-3. He's a great player, but I mean, INXT jumping on the team, going 0-3. And obviously we had a little, I don't know if we want to get into it, but I believe INXT is no longer with the team.
That's right. I think Skittles is taking over there.
Okay.
In that slot.
Yeah, we're not going to get into any sort of drama here on the show. That's not what we're about. Yeah. But what we just will say is that he's no longer with the team.
Yes.
That's what we'll say. But he joined the team 0-3, and Siege 0-6. Yeah, so it's just been
having fun making memes.
Yeah, the memes. The Odd Druid, and I got respect for the memes, but it's tough. It's tough with on Sage, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Detroit versus everybody, 12-2 win. I think that put Detroit versus everybody back in the playoff.
It did.
Contention.
Run, because they were out of it for a minute there.
Yeah. So, all right, let's keep things moving fast and move on to the Green Conference.
Yeah. This is the nail biter one.
Yeah, this is the fun conference.
Yeah.
First up, You Sunk My Battleship versus Micro Squad.
I'll take this. So You Sunk My Battleship won 12-2 over Micro Squad. Bill Snyder, the only undefeated player in Wild, 6-0, won a sweep over Lucis Script. Ridiculous Hat, 5-1, won 3-2 over Tiflet, and A2 Battleship won a sweep over Nifola. Bill Snyder, I mean, he's insane. He really is. I have so much respect for him as a player. I've played him in, I believe, Legacy, and he was insane. It was a really tough match. Yeah, but You Sunk My Battleship's on fire. They going into playoffs. I would not want to play against them, seriously.
Yeah, I want to point out the implications of this matchup. You Sunk My Battleship winning meant they are a lock for first place in the conference. Not just a playoff spot, but first place. They're the only ones with the playoff spot locked in. Seeds 2, 3, and 4 are all still wide open, and you'll see soon why.
Yeah.
As for Micro Squad, they're pretty much eliminated. They have no way of coming back now. So You Suck My Handle shit pretty much just eliminated Micro Squad's chances.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah.
All right, next up, Nuke the Waygate versus Power Creeps.
Memnarch, would you like to take this?
Yeah. We won 9-6. We tried to hard counter them because we knew they were bringing Druid, but like we needed to draw the Geist in order to beat the Druid, which is unfortunate for me at least. But yeah, this win put us in second, but only by like 3 points or 1 point actually overall.
1 point.
Like 1 point. Like it put us 3 points from fifth. Like I think the conference is a 2-point conference at this point between 2 and 5.
3 points between 2 and 5. 2 points between. So, third and fourth are tied, and there's 2 points between fourth and fifth. We'll see that in more detail a bit later.
Yeah. Yes, we will.
Yeah. Should we move on to the next one then?
Yep.
Yeah. NHL, would you? Oh, go ahead. But
Yeah, we
would you
have
like to take
F12
this?
Iridian versus worst case scenario. You want me to take this?
Yeah, you take it.
Yeah, so we were all wondering why worst case scenario wasn't doing so hot this season, and turns out it's because they're mostly bringing the same decks every week. It's pretty easy to counter. I brought a counter lineup against Snake Fods and got the 3-0. Itachi did the same thing. As for SRL, he chose to go with the Mali Shaman, and the Mali Shaman does counter quite a bit of the lineup, but but not as hard as the other decks. So he had an unfortunate bout in the Priest Mirror. Mentalistic brought Big Priest and SRL brought Reno Priest, and he just was never to get anything online in time. So, also thank you, Diamond Savior. I appreciate that.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, so he wasn't able to get things online in time. Took a loss between the priests, and because of that, he couldn't seal the deal and finished 1-3. But
Unfortunate.
yeah, this win did put us in the playoff race. Still, we are tied for third, 1 point behind Power Creeps, I believe.
Yep.
So yeah.
You were saying that worst case scenario is bringing all the same decks every week.
Yes.
So would you say out of all the possibilities, them bringing the same decks, you guys countering it would be the worst case scenario?
I see what you did there.
I have to do
ideal
it at least
scenario.
once a week. I'm sorry. Terrible.
Fair enough. All right, we have one last matchup to discuss real quick. The Biters versus Patches Payback.
I'll take this one. So, yeah, the Biters won 12-3 over Patches Payback. Base 5-1, won 3-1 over Dirty Mike. Number Theory won 3-2 over Jerry Damage, who is now 0-5. Nine Eyebrows won a sweep over Lefty, who is now 0-6. Patches Payback has had a really rough season, similar to Caesar Cheese. They're already eliminated from the playoffs, and I just, hopefully they come back in some iteration next season, win. But the Biters are still in it, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
And
Biters are right in the playoff race because of this.
yeah, they're right in the playoff race.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They needed a full sweep to have a good chance of making it, and because they got the full sweep, they're tied for third place.
Yeah, they're tied, and they're like the match of the week next week.
Yep,
So,
it's gonna be something.
Yeah. So, all right, should we move on right to the standings? So I do want to say, one of the things we did talk about was power rankings, and when we were working on our power rankings, we realized they pretty much mirror the standings. So if you want power rankings, just look at the standings right now.
Yeah. I mean, we're at that point where these power rankings, we're so close to playoffs that the teams that are getting into the playoffs are, going to be at the top of our power rankings. So, I mean, things have settled down. We have the teams that have really kind of eliminated themselves, and we have the teams that have already clinched a playoff spot, and we have the teams in the middle who are still fighting. So it's going to mirror the standings.
Yeah, it's going to be super close overall, I think.
Yeah, and at least we have chicken is going to be a surprise, and we're going to get in. So
yeah, that'll be fun to watch. Some notes on this. Going to be rich and wild THL fanatics. They did clinch. We mentioned that before, but they are guaranteed to be in the playoffs. Whether they finish in the positions they're in is unknown right now. Whoever wins that series is likely going to get first place. Going to be rich and wild THL fanatics are playing this week. So we'll see if that has an effect on who gets first, second, or third place.
Yeah.
So, do you guys want to look at the green standings or move to predictions first?
Let's do brown predictions, then we'll go to the green standings.
Yeah.
All right, then.
So we're just going to predict who's going to be in the playoffs then, right?
I mean, we're going to predict the matchups like we always do.
Yeah, it'll...
In addition to the matchups, I should say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. So the first one we have is going to be Rich versus Wild THL Fanatics, which I was just discussing.
All right, Michael.
Yeah.
It's your time to shine. I know you're in there. It's make or break. Gotta do it.
Yeah,
this is for the seed. Yep. Mm-hmm. I mean, each opponent's record's tied. Like 5-1 versus 5-1, 4-2 versus 4-2.
Yeah.
3-3.
This is an insane match.
This is going to be super equal.
So, Memnarch, who are you picking for each matchup?
All right, I'm picking Mike Lowe and the Bomb to win for Wild THL Fanatics, and Beryllium to be Electric Sheep City. So 2-1 for Wild THL Fanatics.
All right, NHL?
Mike Lowe, I know you're in there, but I got to be bold, and I got to get people talking, so I'm going to give it to Blase. I think Dr. Bomb is going to take it over the word, and I think Beryllium still skidding a bit. I don't know if he's going to bring anything unique this week. If he does, then he'll take it, but he hasn't shown that he's been doing that, so I want to say Electric Sheep City will take that. So 2-1 Wild THL Fanatics.
All right. I'm going to have to pick Mike Lowe over Blase. I'm going to pick Electric Sheep City over Beryllium. I think, like I was talking about earlier, Beryllium's having a tough time. And Electric Sheep City, they've had some pretty good play over the season. The 2 seed, this is a tough one. Dr. Baum. I think Dr. Baum isn't a 2 seed, to be honest. I think I'm going to go with the sweep. Wild THL Fanatics over going to be red.
Wow, we are all going for the upset right now.
Yeah. That is an upset. It is.
Yeah.
And I still think they're I think they're the better team.
Yeah, we'll see. So next up we have Born to be Wild versus Detroit versus everybody.
All right. This is they both made Detroit versus everyone needs to win this to make the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
And they need to sweep
I
it.
believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, and Born to be Wild only needs 3 points to clinch playoffs.
Yeah,
So any 3 wins will do it.
There's 3 teams fighting for that 4th spot. So you basically have Gonna Be Rich, Wild THL Fanatics, and Born to be Wild in those first 3 spots. And then in that 4th spot, you have, Detroit versus everybody as a favorite with, at least we have Chicken, my team. And please don't let me forget this last team.
You have explosive sheep and seas of cheese below you.
Oh, Wake Gate to Hell.
Oh.
Yeah. So you have basically three teams fighting for that 4 spot. And for at least we have chicken to even get into that 4 spot. Troy versus everybody has to do terrible. Wake Gate to Hell has to do terrible, and we basically have to sweep. So.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance.
But we're playing Explosive Sheep.
Whoa, what are you saying about explosive sheep?
What?
I'm just saying.
What if I think they're going to sweep?
Everybody is playing Born to Be Wild.
What if I think they're going to sweep?
Hey, you can think what you want to think.
Nah. But how about we do the predictions on this, and then we can discuss our other predictions for the other ones when they come up.
Makes sense. All right, NHL, what do you got here?
Let's see. Craig is smart. As much as I like to give Craig a hard time ever since he's been on the show, I gotta give this to him. Matt at Arms, I see you in chat. I'm gonna give it to you. And man, both Danny Donuts and MTG Squirrel I expect to be doing better this season. So I want to give it to Danny. So 2-1, Born to Be Wild.
2-1, all right. Well, I think that Doan is going to triumph for Craig. And Man at Arms has his work cut out for him against Nate, but I believe he can also do it. And I think Danny Donuts is going to beat MTG Squirrel though. So I predict 2-1 for Detroit versus everybody.
So what I want and what I think is going to happen are two different things. What I want is a full sweep by Born to Be Wild. What I think is going to happen, I think Doan is going to take it. And then I think Nate Wolf and Danny Donuts are going to win. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Man at Arms. I know. I'm just saying, Nate Wolf and Danny Donuts have been playing well. And Doan has been too. But I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying, past couple weeks, Nate Wolf and Danny Donuts have, coming back.
Man,
but
Mike V being the negative Nancy over here.
I'm being positive about Nate Wolf and Danny Donuts.
I don't know.
But boo me. Go ahead. Boo me.
All right, boo this man.
Yeah. All right. Want to move on to the next one?
All right. We have Wake Gate to Hell versus Seas of Cheese.
Yeah. So this is tough because I need Wake Gate to Hell to lose for my team to get in. And
all right. 3 OCs of cheese. Easy.
Yeah. Well, they got Skittles. Skittles is tough.
Yeah, but Skittles is also playing Shia.
I got a lot of faith in Skittles. I just need Siege to win.
I feel like I have more faith in Shia, to be honest.
All right. Well, let's go with our predictions. Memnarch, what do you got?
Man, Reaver versus Sage. Like, Reaver's been sliding, so I have to go with Sage. Skittles versus 3-Buck or CO1 Cena. Like, I have no idea how good Skittles is in Wild. Like, what's his standard rankings? Was he pretty good?
Yeah, he's done very well.
All right.
Outside.
Usually the skill transfers or the good. If you're good in standard, you'll be good in Wild. Vice versa for the most part. Like, you won't perform at your rank or at your you won't perform precisely at your skill level because some things are really different. You won't know like if I should play for tempo in some spots. But I believe that Shionstein has the advantage there. And it's his first, and it's Skittles' his first attempt. Wait, Skittles plays Wild?
He does now.
Yeah, I hope so.
I was going to say, like, he might be at a disadvantage because he doesn't know the metagame and, like, how to tech correctly. But if he does play Wild, then I think it can go either or. I'm going to have to say go Shia, though, because of experience in this regard. But, yeah. And Swash McGurgle versus Siege. I kind of want Siege to win this one, so I'm going to go with Siege. Flash McGurgle needs to watch out.
Siege is coming with that heat.
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
NHL, go ahead.
All right. Memnarch mentioned reverb sliding. I think Sage takes it. I think she is going to take it, go undefeated in the second half of this season. And as for the third, I'm going to give it to Swashmergler. But I do want to note that Swashmergler doesn't play mage.
Oh,
Yeah. So this is something of note to people. If you ever play Swashmergler, don't worry about mage. This is something that they have stated in the THL server, so I'm not just saying things to mess around with people. This is like public knowledge. This is why I'm saying it.
That's like being a basketball player who doesn't take layups. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't do layups. Like, it's the easiest part of the game.
Yeah, like, in Wild, it's like Warrior. In Standard, you have to bring Mage. It doesn't matter what archetype, but Mage is kind of OP right now, and it draws a ton of bans. So, you need to remember that. Siege, we'll see if he memes again or not, but I'm going to give it to Swashmergler, even with that handicap in mind, and go 2-1 Waygate to hell.
All right, 2-1 Waygate to hell. I'm going to go, let's see. I'll start with Skittles and Shia. I'm going with Skittles here.
Ooh.
Because I think Skittles he's a top tier player, and I don't think he's going to half-ass it. I think he's going to put his heart into this. And I mean, I know I've heard so much about Shia and how good he is, and I don't doubt it. I don't. My own teammate played him and said he was amazing. But I'm just gonna pick Skittles here. I got a feeling. I gotta pick Siege. I'm just the whole mage thing, and I just 0-7. Come on, he's gonna pick up one win. He's gonna pick up the win here.
Yeah.
And then Sage versus Reverb. I'll give it to Reverb. Yeah.
All right. See how that goes.
Yeah.
Stop.
I think I got how. Who knows what I just picked?
Well, now we have Chicken, your team Mike versus Explosive Sheep.
Yeah. All right. You guys can go first. So NHL, why don't you go?
Well, I think you mentioned before that you guys need to sweep. That's something that people should keep in mind. At least we have Chicken needs to sweep to have their playoff hopes alive. A lot needs to go right here. But given that, Mike, I think you'll take it over Bitbeaker, and Ron, I think you'll take it over Volkai. My real trouble in predicting comes from the first matchup between Shadow Ranger and Neji Boston. Neji Boston is going to be your gatekeeper. So, I'm going to give it to Shadow Ranger because I'm feeling the sweep. But do know, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I think this is going to be a tough week, just because something is on the line here. I'm
it's always been on the line, right? Now it's just more apparent. It's always been on the line. Like, this entire season's been building up to this moment.
Yeah, very true. But, you can feel it more this week. All right, Memnarch, you go, and then I'll give it.
All right, I'm going to go with definitely Mike V and Ron Mexico over Bitbeaker and Volkai. The Shower Ranger versus Neji Boston. I know that Shower Ranger has to win this, so the Volkai's not happy.
No, Volkai's not happy.
All right, Shower Ranger versus Neji. The pressure's on Shower Ranger. Neji can ruin your hopes and dreams, and he might be playing towards that. Like 6-1, he'll have his pick of field. Like, he's playing for next season at this point. Like, I feel like Shadow Ranger does take this because the pressure's on him not to mess up and keep your hopes and dreams alive. But like, it's not going to be easy, and it's going to be very close.
Yeah. No, I'm happy you guys have faith.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Ron, and I'm gonna pick me. Because I think we're gonna take this week very seriously. And yeah, the Shadow Ranger Neji Boston matchup is very it's very tough.
I mean, you go for who has more to lose, right? Shadow Ranger does, like, its playoff spots on the line.
And that's what I was going to say before, was that Explosive Sheep aren't playing to get into the playoffs. I think that they're still going to play hard. I don't doubt them. But we're playing for that playoff spot. And I think that's what you're saying. Like, yeah, no, that is exactly what you're saying. Who has more to lose. But that's, I think we're hungry, so yeah.
All right.
All we can do is play it out, but I'm excited for this. So
all right.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be an exciting week. You guys ready to move on to Green Conference?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Just 1 second.
All right.
Okay, first up, we have You Sunk My Battleship versus F2L Viridian.
All right, I feel F2L Viridian has their work cut out for them.
Yeah. Well,
to say the least.
Would you like to go first?
Yeah, sure. So, Bill Snyder wants to live the 7-0 dream.
Yes.
I mean, let's establish that You Sunk My Battleship has clinched it. They are in playoffs. F2L Viridian is not, and they're vying for that coveted spot in playoffs. So F2L Viridian has got more to lose. They want this much more, and I mean a lot more than You Sunk My Battleship does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Battleship, if they choose to, they could bring full meme. I suggest they bring full meme. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Bill,
Yeah.
A2, if you're listening, please bring memes. We'll greatly appreciate it.
So, that being said, I think Bill Snyder does take it. Not to go against my co-host here. Ridiculous has 5-1 against you, NHL fan. Oh, God. I really want to say that you take this, but
Man.
I don't think so. A2 versus SRL as well. SRL might take it. I think it's going to be 2-1 for You Sunk My Battleship. I'm just I just think it's just going to be 2-1. I don't know what else to say.
All right. As long as we hit 70 points, I'm happy. But I understand.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go, and then NHL, you can go last. That way you get the final say.
Yeah.
I have to go with Bill Snyder. Like Memnarch said, he wants a 7-0. I mean, he's going to be playing for that undefeated season. It's you and Hat. Hat's 5-1. But I know how smart you are, and I know how much you put into your prep. And I don't think that you... I don't doubt you for a second. And I think I'm going to give it to you, NHL, just because...
I appreciate that.
Just because you're playing for that playoff spot, and that's why. Because you're hungry, like I said, about my team, and you have something to lose here. And but I have a hard time not picking A2 over SR. Yeah, I have to be realistic and pick A2. So I'm picking You Sunk My Battleship 2-1.
All right.
But yeah.
Well, let's keep this
On
short and
you.
sweet. Full
All
sweep,
right.
F2L. Done.
All right.
But
No argument here.
really, Itachi is solely focusing on Wild at the moment. I think it'll be interesting to see how he does against Bill Snyder because of that. I think Bill may be going for the 7-0, but it's not guaranteed. I do want to say that Itachi takes it, but it's very difficult to go against Bill. As for me, I can't go against myself, of course. But really, I haven't seen much of what Ridiculous Hat has done in Wild outside of THL, so I don't want to take anything away from him. It'll be difficult. And as for SR versus A2, I know A2 has been having a rough week or so. So I'm hoping that he continues skidding a bit. SRL had a bit of a hard time last week, but I know he can bounce back. He was playing some different stuff. It was a very unorthodox lineup, which kind of played into it. Is he double legend based? I didn't know, but I'm also a double legend. So, who knows? Battle of Double Legends.
Let's not hope that A2 keeps skidding in Hero. Okay.
We're not talking about Hero. This is the Wild Show. I don't know what you're talking
I'm
about.
just saying that we don't want to wish bad things on A2's performance because he's on my Hero team.
Well, I mean, we're on the same team together, so.
I
This
know.
is Wild, so it's okay for me to say A2, please skid in Wild a little bit more.
Okay.
So, yeah. But just because I have to, because it's my team, I'm going to go with 3-0 sweep for us to guarantee that playoff spot.
All right.
All right. Next up, we have Power Creeps versus the Biters. One match is already done.
Yeah. You hate to see it if you're a Power Creeps fan.
So I'm gonna pick Nine Eyebrows 3-0 with Pasca.
No, I'm going 3-0 Pasca. Never vote against my team. Never, no matter what.
Yeah.
Well, how about we go first, and then Memnarch, you can go and give us your last thoughts.
Yeah. Before we start, though, I want to mention that both of these teams are in the playoff race. It's very likely that one will upset the other in the playoffs in some way, unless something really significant happens in another matchup. This is likely where the upset for who is the odd man out in the Green Conference is.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. Mike, you were going to take this? I think we lost Mike.
All right.
All right, I'll start with the predictions then. Well, I got to say, I'm feeling Nine Eyebrows here. Pasca, no offense, 3-3 both. I know Nine Eyebrows is 2-4, but having played Nine Eyebrows the week before or 2 weeks ago, I think Nine Eyebrows can take it. I'm actually gonna be a little bold here and say sweep for Nine Eyebrows.
Are you?
And then, oh hi, Mike is back. It seems.
Oh, I was talking too. And
Oh, I don't
that's
think
too
we
bad.
heard any of it. Yeah, we
Well,
don't know
I'm
what
just
happened there.
talking to myself. That's how I live.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It happens.
But I think Memnarch and Jack will take it over Base and Number Theory. I know Base is doing really well in this right now, but I have to get to my co-host. My co-host and his partner, his teammate, are both very crafty in their lineups, and they're going to bring something that's very difficult to counter. So I'm going to give it to both of them and go 2-1 Power Creeps.
All right. So,
All right. Well, let me. I was saying my predictions. Let me finish.
Yeah.
I said Jack over Number Theory, and then I said Memnarch, you're gonna hate me. I think I'm gonna go with Base on this one.
Oh no.
Memnarch's gonna hold a grudge against me for life.
I'm known to hold grudges for life based on small slights like this. So I have a book.
Well, so you probably already have a grudge against me for life.
Oh, I got a book. I got a small black book with your name, and I got like slights that I never forget.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, you're probably even writing in it like every time we talk, just like yeah.
Like number one is on East Coast, ruins my time zone. Never forget.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, right in the middle of your day.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, yeah, I'm picking base. She's 5'1". I got a lot of faith in her, and I think you're a fantastic player. But I think she might pull this one out.
Right.
So, yeah, it's your go, Memnarch.
All right. So 3-0 power creeps. I'm going to take it. Jack's going to take it, and Pasca's going to take it.
Well done.
And I know that Pasca has it's rough, but I think he can pull through. He has a bold strategy going 0-3 right now, but I can't wait to see him turned around. But in all seriousness, I think me and Jack are going to take it.
Yeah. Can we look at what they brought real quick? I'm curious to see this.
Pasca brought Rogue, which is interesting.
Pasca brought Odd Rogue, Even Shaman, Pirate Warrior, and Odd Demon Hunter, going for the full aggro lineup. Nine Eyebrows brought Pirate Warrior, Jade Druid, Quest Mage, and Murloc Paladin. So interesting to see a sweep even with that. You would think that
You'd think that Murloc Paladin would have gone full swept right back. Like, I think that was Pasca's plan.
You would think that Pasca might even have a chance against full sweeping the Quest Mage because he brought a full aggro lineup.
The Quest Mage does Quest Mage things. It's mathematical. It's almost impossible to full sweep that deck. Like,
Yeah, well,
there's a reason why you should always bring it. Like, there's the only counter to it. The only real counter is Ship's Cannon. Like,
yeah.
So like, I've had games against Pirate Warrior where they, they did the Pirate Warrior thing. They got the Ink Art, but they never drew their Ship's Cannon or Sky Barge, and they never could. They aren't fast enough then. Like, it's ridiculous how good Quest Mage is. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hint, hint. Bring Quest Mage.
yeah.
Well,
Next up,
yeah.
we have Nuke the Waygate versus Micro Squad. We mentioned before, Micro Squad is eliminated, but they can upset Nuke the Waygate. So,
And Nuke the Waygate is in playoff contention. So,
Shell, do you want to take this?
yeah. So, let's see. I know Micro Squad is going to be competitive, even though they are out of the playoff picture. They are going to look for an upset.
Yeah.
They want to finish strong. This is the prime opportunity to do that. Let's see. I think Elusive Script is going to take it over Adamos. I think Silver T Foxdean will take it over Tilflit. And I'm going to give it to Nefola over Medusas.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep it simple.
Memnarch, would you like to?
okay. I think that Adamos is going to take it over Elusive Script. I think that Tiflet is going to struggle really hard against Silver T Fox. That's the one matchup I'm really up in the air about. I think Silver T Fox will take it, but it's going to be close. And Medusas versus Nefola. I think that Medusas takes this. They're so this is like 3-0 Nuke the Waygate, but I really want to say 2-1. I just don't know where to put the 1 for Micro Squad. And that being said, yeah.
All right. I think I'm gonna go with Elusive Script. I picked them before and they seem to do right by me. I'm gonna go with Silver T Fox Demon over Tiflet. And I'm in the same situation as you. Medusa versus Nefola. I think I'm gonna go with Medusas.
All right.
All right.
All right. Next up, we have Worst Case Scenario versus Patches Payback. Some notes. This matchup is mostly for fun. This is going to be the premier meme matchup if both sides choose to go that route. Both are currently eliminated, but that means that there's a lot of room for experimentation and a lot of fun. So it'll be interesting to see what decks they bring.
Yeah, hopefully they have fun. I'll take this first. So Mentalistic versus Dirty Mike. I think in a game where they're memeing and it's experimentation, I think Dirty Mike wins because he's been experimenting all season long. This is exactly what he's been preparing for. In terms of Jerry Damage versus Robot Chicken, I think I'm going to give it to Robot Chicken. Sorry, Jerry. It's tough. And Snake Fods versus Lefty. I'm going to pick Lefty. I'm going to give Lefty the win. Not going to go winless. So, all right. Memnarch?
I think that worst case scenario is going to take this. Oh, wait. Yeah. Worst case scenario is going to take this. Mentalistic's going to beat Dirty Mike. Robot Chicken Lulz is going to beat Jerry Damage, and Snake Fods might beat Lefty. I think Lefty really wants it, way more than Snake Fods does. But Snake Fods is a formidable opponent. I believe that worst case scenario hasn't changed up their lineup at all, so Patch's Payback picks up on that. I think that that they could take it, but as it stands right now, I think that worst case scenario will take it over Patch's Payback.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, NHL?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with what Memnarch said here. I think worst case scenario takes a full sweep. I would give it to Patch's Payback, but Lefty and Jerry are in kind of precarious positions in Wild right now.
Are they?
And I
so?
don't think... Well, 0-5 and 0-6.
I didn't notice.
That's what I'm going by. So I don't know if they're going to... Considering it's last week, I don't know if they're going to go all in on their research and notice that worst case scenario is bringing the same lineup every week. I know worst case scenario is having fun with it, but I do think they'll sweep as a result. So
I hope.
Sweep to worst case.
I hope they figure it out. And I just listened to this part of the show and realized that worst case scenario is bringing the same decks every week.
Yeah.
And pull out that full sweep for Patch's Payback and get that payback.
So.
All right.
I think that's all of the matches.
Wait, we didn't do ground or
we missed green
ground.
standings.
Green. Standings.
Yes,
standings.
We should cover that. Okay, 1 second. Yeah. So, we talked a bit about this before. You sunk my battleship at 82 points. Before the Biters won their first matchup in a sweep, they were at 62 points, tied with F12 Viridian. Power Creeps was in second with 63 points. And at that time, it was a 3-point difference between second place and fifth place. Power Creeps at 63, Nuke the Waygate at 60. Now it's 6 points because of the Biters finishing up their first game. You guys have any comments on it?
I mean,
You sunk my battleship is dominant. It's
It's insane. They already clinched first overall.
Yeah. 82 points.
And there's no other playoff spot that was taken yet. Nothing has been clinched since.
Yeah, and I think it's impressive the competitive level of the Green Conference. You know, beyond You Sunk My Battleship and Patch's Payback. You know, because they're two ends of the spectrum that are, you know, very far from the rest. Everybody else is in the middle, and the competition is just fierce. I think it's just so close. I really respect how competitive the Green Conference has stayed all season. You know, everybody's just been bringing their best and you know, playing their best.
Yeah, something to note is that you can look at the right and see the average strength,
Mm-hmm.
and it really shows in the standings as well. Compared to
Yeah.
Brown Conference, the Green Conference has more points overall spread amongst their teams, and it's much tighter. That means there are more games being played because there's more 3-1 and 3-2 matches over the sweeps that you would see in the Brown Conference.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
a much tighter conference right now, and the playoff race really shows that. Whoever comes out of here,
And
Brown Conference teams are going to have a very difficult time.
somebody ended up with the worst case scenario of a 10.10.
You said you were going to do that once. You did it twice. How could you?
I had to.
That being, I mean, there's 5 reds for, 5 reds for AOS and average opponent strength. So like, that's insane. Like in FTL Viridian, you guys haven't played You're at My House ship yet, right?
We have not.
So that's the
ours is
reason
so
why
low.
that's why yours is green. Like after this, I predict that yours is probably going to be in the white or reds.
Yeah, we're likely looking at red afterwards.
Yeah.
And that means, 5 teams, all with very difficult schedules. That's just to show how difficult this conference has been. Every single match has been close. So, something to keep in mind for playoffs and how we're going to predict that most likely. So, all right, should we move on to the very last thing?
Yes.
All right, so people who have watched the show should know by now, we like to feature a deck of the week. Something that people can usually climb with, don't have to spend much dust on. This week we're featuring something that has had a lot of success in High Legend and has been seeing some play in THO as well. Mike, you brought it last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We
believe so.
have Bomb Warrior.
Yeah, I brought it this past week. Yep.
I actually really like this list. Like it's a risky skipper deck, right? Like risky skipper is like the entirety reason why this works. Like, is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, against aggro, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. I mean, there's 6 bombs without. Okay, so the 2 Clockwork Goblins and the 2 Wrench Calibers put 6 bombs in the deck, and that's 30 damage. So that's how you win. It's just staying alive, which is risky skipper, armor smith, bomb wrangler sort of deal.
Yeah.
And like this is probably one of the best defensive decks in the game at this point. And there's so much card draw too. Like,
Yeah,
and when it
card draw is
works,
insane.
and when this deck works, it really works. Like you gain like 20 armor in a turn, wipe your opponent's board, and then you have all the time you want for the inevitability of the bombs.
Yeah.
It's just that if you don't draw skipper, you're just super
You're
sad.
in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, this deck is great against Reno Priest.
Mhm.
It takes a lot of the good elements of current standard, warrior,
I mean,
and
Whirlwind Effects
combines it
plus
with- Say it
Armor
again?
Smith. Whirlwind Effects plus Armor Smith and Acolyte of Pain. Those are Patron Warrior things. Like,
Yeah.
this list is like I'm not going to say modern day Patron Warrior, but it really felt like I was playing Patron Warrior again
Yeah,
sometimes.
this is a big brain deck for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But once you get into it and you get rolling with it, it feels good. It does.
Mhm.
It's smooth. It's a really fun deck to play.
Yeah.
And that was my one win this week was Bomb Warrior.
Yeah, Mike, I know you mentioned that this takes a lot of inspiration from the standard builds, and I want to point out the differences with Wild. In standard, bombs aren't really used as a primary win condition, except for with the control version of Warrior right now. And in Wild, it's not really the same because you want to put pressure to deal with aggro and mid range, and you need bombs for the late game decks of the current meta. And what are the late game decks? You have Reno Priest. Reno decks are what dominate the late game, and that's why bombs work much better here, and why you see Clockwork Goblin here. That combined with the magnetic effects, compared to what you would see in standard. Another thing of note. I know we were talking about how this is like a high skill cap deck. This deck is very niche in terms of its matchups. Like, the meta right now is extremely favorable to it. And Memnarch, I think you'll agree. You don't want to see Druid or Warlock with this. And right now, Druid and Warlock aren't really seen on ladder. And they're pretty uncommon, more or less, in THL as well, because you can avoid them. And that means this deck can get very favorable matchups right now. There are ways of countering this, like I said. Druid, Warlock, even slow Priest decks do well against this. Things like Big Priest will wreck this because they don't really care about your bombs. They don't draw fast enough.
Yeah.
But otherwise, this is like one of the premier anti-aggro decks.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Memnarch, do you have anything to add?
I mean, I just like the concept of this deck. It's a risky skipper armor smith deck that it made me feel like I was playing Patron Warrior again, so that was a welcome. It's just a good feeling, like playing in the main.
Yeah.
And like this deck felt like it's been here all this time because of Armor Smith and Acolyte of Pain and Whirlwind effects. Like it felt like I was in 2005 again for a little bit. I mean, not 2015 again with this deck for a little bit.
1995.
Yeah, that's okay. My math. It's 2015. I was a little bit off with that first one, but
it's fine.
Fine.
Yeah.
No,
if you want a deck
fine.
to try something. Oh, Mike, continue.
No, I was just gonna say I agree. It just feels good to play. It's fun. I like decks that I enjoy playing that aren't just good. Like I'm not just playing them because they're good. I'm playing them because I enjoy playing them. And like you're saying, it is a little nostalgic, So yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and one last thing I want to say: I did hit Legend with this deck this month, so it's very capable.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good deck.
That's
I'm not even Legend yet.
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Arhad and I already double Legend. Come on.
Rough life, man.
Oof.
It's fine.
All
right.
Well, I think that's our show. I want to thank all the viewers for tuning in. I'd like to thank Memnarch and NHL NJ Fan 1. You guys make the show possible. Couldn't do it without you guys. And yeah, that's it. I hope everybody has a fantastic evening. Take care.
All right.